Friends, Kris here. Today and tomorrow will be our last messages on our theme, I don't care anymore. We've been talking about cares, worries, the cares of this life. And that's what I want to talk about today. From Luke 21, verse 34, Jesus said, take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with drunkenness and surfeiting, listen, and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. You have to know that there is this day and there is that day, and a lot of people are going to be trapped and miss that day because they were too tightly bound by the cares of this life. Now notice, number one, if it is the cares of this life, then it is only momentary. It only lasts for a little while. 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 17, it says that our light affliction, which is but for a moment, hear that, but for a moment, works for us a far more exceeding eternal weight of glory. Now you may think that the cares of your life are not momentary or they're not light, but listen, in the eternal scheme of things, it's going to be gone in a second. Second, here today and gone tomorrow is not just an idiom or an adage, it is a fact of life. You know, we read in the Bible, this too shall pass. And one place it says it came to pass. Really, the things of this world, they come to pass because 1 Corinthians 7 and verse 31 says the fashion of this world passes away. 1 John 2 and verse 16, the world passes away and the lust thereof. I don't care what you build on. You have stocks and bonds, wealth, it can be gone in an instant. Wall Street can crash. Babylon the Great is fallen. Even this world itself is going to melt with fervent heat. So don't put your faith in it. You shouldn't make such a foment over something that only lasts for a moment. You need to let it go. Now, we're like the flower of the field. We're like a petal of a flower. Today it blooms, tomorrow it's gone, and this thing's soon to be over. And then third, I want you to compare the cares of this life with the shares that you have in that life. Do you have some shares up there? Have you made some investments? Well, Romans 8 and verse 18 says, I reckon that the sufferings of this life are not worthy to be compared with the glory that shall be revealed in us. Praise God. And one of these days we're going to heaven. We're going to experience glory. And even if this physical body ages and wears out, and that's what happens with the temporary. 2 Corinthians 5 and 1 says that we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle be dissolved, we have one made without hands, eternal in the heavens. So get ready. We're going to exchange bodies. And then number 4, the old saints used to sing and talk and preach about a place called heaven. Why is it that we never hear about heaven anymore? You know, the gospel of health and wealth is all about the here and now, never about the by and by. But the old saints used to sing, when we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. And if you're going to overcome the cares of this life, you have to think about the goodness of that life. And then, number 5, none of your care will follow you there. Let me say that again. None of your care will follow you there. You'll never see a U-Haul truck pulled behind a trailer pulled behind a funeral hearse up to the cemetery because you can't take it with you. Somebody asked, how much did J. Paul Getty take with him? Well, he didn't take any with him. He left it all just like everybody else. And the thing about that, listen folks, it's wood, hay, and stubble. It burns in the fire. The probate court takes half of it, and then the kids squander the rest of it. You can't take it with you. And then number 6, Andrew Crouch sang, it won't be long, we'll be leaving here. Praise God. Won't be long, folks. Hebrews 10 and verse 37 says, yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will not tarry. Listen, if one day is with the Lord is 1,000 years, you live to be 100 years old. It's still just a flash in the pan. It's just like a second. You need to understand that you to put your focus on the eternal and not the temporal. And then number 7, let me close with this. Only an I don't care anymore attitude can survive this. I don't care anymore. Listen, you have to have the right perspective. Cast your cares on him. I saw a bumper sticker one time and it said, in case of the rapture, you can take over the car payments. Why is that? Because we're leaving cars behind, houses behind, even leaving churches behind. So you need to have the right attitude. I don't care anymore. It's just stuff. Soon we're going home. Kris here. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. Like if you like, share with a friend. Tune in tomorrow for our last program on I Don't Care Anymore.